I've seen some calls to get rid of the S Pen. Never. The S Pen changes your phone from a regular boring slab smartphone into the ultra productivity device that you have before you. Daniel here from SamMobile TV. Today I want to explore the top 10 things you can do with your S Pen with your Galaxy S24 Ultra. The humble S Pen has been around for a very long time, and over those years, Samsung has innovated this pen to do so much things. Good English. So here's my top 10. Here's the top 10 things you should be doing with your S24 Ultra S Pen. And just a little side note, these can translate back to some of the other phones that Samsung have, like the S23 Ultra, for example. Number 1, screen off memo. Screen off memo is basically the thing that happens when you take your pen out of the phone when the screen is locked. Using the lock screen, you can write directly onto this a quick thought, a quick note, and then when you pop the pen back into the phone, saves it directly into Samsung Notes. But alongside that, if you wanted to do like a reminder for yourself, you can write that reminder here, and using the little pin icon near the top right corner, it'll actually then pin it to your always on display. Always on show, so whenever you look at your phone, you can remind yourself what it is you were thinking. Pick up bread. Great, what a great reminder. Once you're done, double press on the X and it'll get rid of it from your always on display completely. Never to be seen again, as long as you've picked up the bread. Number 2 is Samsung Notes integration. So obviously with the S Pen, you've got a very tight integration within Samsung apps, specifically Samsung Notes. With this, you can go into here and there's a big toolbar down the bottom with a lot of different S Pen features within Samsung Notes. So you can create your favorite pens within here and use the gestures on the pen to change between them. You can easily align text. So when you write text and it's all goofy and sort of in a weird sort of orientation, press this button here and it will then change it and align it to be straight. And you can also then convert handwriting to digital text. So you've got that feature in there as well. So many different great things within Samsung Notes to explore, and the S Pen is the tool to enable it all. Give it a go. Honestly, just sit down, explore the toolbar that's on down the bottom. You can turn on the toolbar features in the Samsung Notes settings, and that'll give you the extra toggles that you will need. Number 3, within Samsung Notes, and just I guess within most apps that you can write with, the S Pen is great for signing PDFs. A lot of people will just use their finger, and great. It's not going to give you the dexterity and the control that the document might require. So the S Pen just gives you that really precise input to sign your name on the dotted line. And because Samsung Notes, you can save things as a PDF as well, send it right back. Really clever, and I think it's a really great use case for having the S Pen in the phone, because a lot of people don't have access to printers. Who uses printers? You don't have to print something off, sign it, scan it back in and send it off. Just do it all from the phone and the S Pen. Number 4, Smart Select. Smart Select is a great tool within Air Commands menu where you can use the S Pen to precisely screen clip something, and then it gives you some extra options down the bottom. Whether that be snapping to a certain shape, whether that be adding or sort of finitely removing things from that snap, whether it be extracting text from that thing that you've clipped, Smart Select is great. Alongside that too, Smart Select allows you to create GIFs. So if you have a funny moment that's on video, you can use Smart Select to clip it, record that moment, and turn it into a GIF. Nice. Number 5 is Screen Write. This one is very similar to Smart Select, but takes a lot of the extras out and just gives you the no-frills screenshot. To activate Screen Write, from the Air command, you press Screen Write. It will capture the screen and then basically activate the pen for you straight away. Really good if you're wanting to send directions to someone or tell them where to meet. You can screenshot a map and then immediately sort of start drawing on it. A normal screenshot, you have to screenshot it, then you have to activate the pen. This does it all in that one motion, makes it a lot smoother. Number 6, Magnify. Again, in the Air Command menu, Magnify will allow you to hover your pen over a certain part of the screen and it'll blow it up for you. This works really good inside apps that don't allow you to pinch to zoom, which there are quite a few of them. So if you're reading a news article and you're finding the text to be a little bit too small, using the Magnify from the Air command, hover it over the top and it'll blow that up. You can adjust the magnification level. So if you want it to go up to 300%, you can do that and it'll really blow it up. And because the screen doesn't require the pen to sort of be touching it, all you need to do is hover over the top and it will do and work for you. You can change the box size. So if you want the box to be a bit bigger so it captures a bit more, do that from the little toolbar. And when you're done, close it. Number 7, is the ability to use the S Pen to control PowerPoints and presentations. I'll throw the gallery in here too, because you can use the pen to swipe through the gallery just by holding down the pen button and flicking it to left and right to control that interaction. But PowerPoint is kind of magical because of the fact this has Samsung DeX. You can have this plugged into a monitor, for example, and you can have the PowerPoint on the monitor, and using the S Pen, you can control that presentation. Presentations at work, or if you want to use this at presentations in public, or just at home when you're running through trivia while you're practicing, it's a really great tool and really great that this is embedded, and Microsoft have got this enabled in here as well. Number 8 is using it as a remote for your camera. It's not just this humble writing tool or productivity tool, is great for other uses as well. Now, to launch the camera, you just have to hold down the pen's button and it'll activate the camera. And then from there, there's a lot of different things you can do. A single press will just take the photo, but then you can use the flicking gestures. So if you hold down the pen and flick it left and right, it'll change camera modes for you. Great. If you're in video and you want to pause the video after you've started it, simply long press on the pen and it'll pause the video. A long press will restart it, and then a single press will stop it. If you flick the pen up while you're holding the button, it will change to the selfie camera, and if you double press, it'll also change to that as well. If you want to zoom, you hold down the pen and do a loop and keep the pen held, because then it will just keep zooming. If you want to return, again, hold the pen and circle back the other way and it will zoom back out. Number 9, you can control music. So if you wanted to control your media, so let's say you're listening to an album on Spotify or music on Spotify, a single press will pause it and a single press will play it. If you want to skip tracks, hold down the pen and flick it and it'll change songs. Hold down the pen and flick it back the other way, it'll change it back. Really great. And it also works in apps like YouTube. So if you're watching a YouTube video, again, the pen can pause it, and a flick to the right with the pen being held will also change the video. And you can go back to videos as well. It's just a really cool concept and allows you to control media. And the last one is the pen can be used as a gesture control for interacting just with the user interface on your phone. You can see in the remote settings menu the different gestures and what they do, and they're really fun to play around with. Up and down will do something. My favorite one though is the scribble gesture, where you hold down the button and then scribble in the air. It'll activate screen write. Really great if you're wanting to just quickly capture the screen without needing to launch Air Command. This will do that for you, and then you write on the screen, pop the pen away, and away you go. So they are my top 10 S Pen features. If something you like to do with the S Pen didn't make the list, drop us a line in the comments below. A lot of people, like I said at the start, are wanting this pen to be removed, but that will just not be okay with me. And I think if you're Team S Pen, let me know in the comments, because the S Pen is, in my opinion, is here to stay, especially in the Ultra. Thanks for tuning in to SamMobile TV. We've got a lot of this sort of content to come, and also a lot of Samsung content on our channel already. So hit subscribe and go check some of those out. If you are looking for more in-depth Samsung coverage, you can always go check out our website. We've got wall-to-wall Samsung coverage with articles and software and app deep dives and all that sort of stuff housed there. SamMobile.com. And we're also on socials. We're on Twitter/X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and of course, that's everything. Threads. There we go. You all remembered one. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks.